Hello people and welcome back to Trash Talk. I am your host Kevin Smith and I am here today with Sean Reidy.
Here on Ireland's #1 weekly JoJo's Bizarre Adventure podcast, at least for the next 3 weeks.
Yeah, at least for
2 weeks. 2 weeks actually. God, Jesus. I'm terrified.
Yeah, so let's just jump straight into the episode. What did you think?
Yeah, it was pretty good. I mean, I do kind of wish that they'd kept that start and just put it at the end of the last episode. I think it would have worked better. I mean, like, it was still the best, but it would have been even more the best if it had been last week.
Yeah, I think last week, this episode was good.
Literally put that start into the end of last week's episode and you have a perfect piece of television.
Okay, what start are you talking about again?
Lucas sided with Kira Yoshikage.
No, then what do you mean? Oh, the bit where he comes back.
Yeah.
No, that was at the end, wasn't it? That was already there.
No, the part where Josuke comes up and is like, What do you fucking say? You say?
Oh, yeah.
You say Kira Yoshikage?
Yeah, that actually would. Good point. Yeah.
It would have been perfection. Pure perfection. But you know, the rest of it was pretty good. So
yeah, I do feel like the pacing was kind of all over the place. Because a lot of the time it seemed like they were trying to do too much in too little a time.
Yeah.
But then at the other time, a lot of the other times it was like they were dragging things out. Like I felt like I felt like the bit where what's it called? Hayato was like, "Oh, the thing is coming, Josuke. Can you not see it?" That kind of went on for ages, and then Hayato also being like, "Josuke, just leave Okuyasu behind. He's already dead." That also kind of went on for a bit too long.
Yeah. So, I know the answer, but do you think Okuyasu is actually dead or not?
Yes. Is he?
Okay. I'm not going to say.
Why would you do that?
They've made it ambiguous at this point.
No. Yeah, they made it kind of ambiguous, but but when they because I was like I could go either way at the start, but then they had like the trailing thing go up, and I was like, doesn't that mean he's dead? Is that not like concrete that he's dead?
I don't think it's concrete in JoJo until you see the big sandy ghost man. Although saying that, Joseph's got a big sandy ghost man, so well, I do know, but whatever. I do know. One thing I had completely forgotten was the part where Hayato just fucking is like, blow me up, fuck it.
Yeah.
I'd totally forgotten that. I was like, did he just kill Hayato? I forgot it? And no, that isn't what happens. Gee, that's the second time Hayato has been like, I'll kill myself. The JoJo hero we truly deserve. Like, it's just like, okay, how can we solve the problem? I'll kill myself.
Yeah,
the real hero,
pretty badass.
Real hero of part 4. But seriously, though, I think he is. Yeah, one thing I noticed while watching this is this like the first time that a stand fight has been like an actual fight? At least visually.
What do you mean?
Like, they were ducking around and hitting each other. Like, it felt fluid for the first time. Because whether it's a strength or a weakness, the JoJo anime is very static. Like, it tends to be quite static.
Yeah, it's a lot of it is.
Yeah, it's adapting.
Sort of like them standing around.
Yeah, it's adapting the manga. Sometimes too faithfully, direction-wise. But like they do it with such love and care that whatever. I'll let them away with that. But that sort of adapts the feel of the manga, I think, which is an interesting way to go about it. And are there other examples of that, like where something that's adapting manga goes real static with it?
I think I can't think of any off the top of my head, but what I can think is the classic issue in shonen, which is people standing around and talking in the middle of a fight.
Yeah,
because in a manga, you get the impression that it's all happening at the one time.
And because in the manga you have they got to draw 21 pages each week, and just drawing guys standing around is pretty easy.
Yeah.
What else is there? Oh, I had also forgotten that the rain sounds like Josuke was the actual line and not just a Duang thing.
Yeah.
Ooh.
That's so dumb.
No, okay. I feel like the rain was probably pretty loud.
Yeah, but the rain sounds like Josuke screaming.
There was a video that went up on YouTube the day after that, and it was 10 minutes of relaxing rain sounds, and it's just the Josuke screen looped for 10 minutes. And the adaptation kind of messed up on that, because there are a few shots where Kira's standing on the street that Jotaro and Rohan and them are on, whereas that never happened in the manga. So there are some shots where Kira's just standing there with Killer Queen on the same street as the only three people who could possibly help, and they're just wow, that man is walking his persona. Good for him. Yeah, that was a maybe poor choice, but yeah, we're in the home stretch now, boys. We got. Oh, also, I follow one Jojo account on Twitter that speaks Spanish, and that one shot where Josuke goes Dora is made that little bit better by the Spanish exclamation marks. You know how there's the upside down one at the start.
Yeah.
And I just feel like that's a good out of context Jojo shot. Just a guy on the ground going Dora.
Yeah, why did he say Dora?
Because it's his thing. Because it's his thing.
Is it?
It is his thing.
Actually, yeah, it is.
Yeah. And is that about it? What else? Stray Cat has Killer Queen's inexplicable chest box. Now the question is, do all stands have the chest box?
Yeah, that was...
And they just never use it.
It seems like Araki was just making Killer Queen powers up as he went along.
Yoshikage Kira and his 40 stands. Yeah, that's Killer Queen's. I'm scrambling for a Queen song to reference here. Killer Queen's "Living in a Box." That's not a Queen song, but fuck it, it's a good song. Played it a lot while MGS5 was out, which was not a subtle decision, but a good one. Queen songs about boxes.
Yoshikage Kira is just looking for somebody to love. That works.
No, but it doesn't work as a name for a box.
Oh, okay.
I think there's. I don't know if it actually happens, but in the fighting game, there's a move where he throws a rock that he's turned into a bomb at you, and then you go, that one really will rock you. I guess that's terrible.
Josuke is under pressure to get Okuyasu out of there.
And that works because Under Pressure also had David Bowie in it. So, there you go. What else has been happening in anime this week, Kevin?
Oh, one last one. When Hayato was trying to convince Josuke to drop.
Kira
to
is
stop,
stone cold crazy.
Let me finish. When Hayato was trying to convince Josuke to stop, Josuke replied with "Don't stop me now."
Yep. She's a killer queen.
There's a tie your mother down joke here.
Yeah. So Kevin, what happened? What happened this week in anime? Did anime happen?
Spirited Away's subtitled screenings ranked number 5 at Monday's US box office.
Wow. Truly, the anime has hit the mainstream.
Spirited Away was already.
I know it is.
Actually, I got really salty yesterday because Cork has a film festival, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And do you know how Ireland never gets any anime films ever?
Well, they do. It's just Dublin, but whatever.
Anyway, and so I didn't even, and I had flicked through the film festival guide and didn't see much that interested me. But apparently, during it, there was a screening of Your Name, which we've talked briefly about.
Yeah.
Is basically.
I'm actually genuinely interested in that. I read the Mark Kermode review on it, and that seemed.
We could do a commentary on it for this if we're stuck one.
I suppose. Yeah. We've still got to get Christian in here for Sega Hard Girls. We've been joking about that for like a solid year now. Just on and off. Oh, someday. I was about to say that imagine the fucking Meath Film Festival, but then I remember that there is.
Wait, what?
There is at least one Meath film, and it is called Fatal Deviation. It is a.
That sounds like something a culture from Meath would come up
It is
with.
A martial arts film produced and set in Trim, County Meath, Ireland. In one of my old science teacher knew the fellow who made this.
That's great.
In 2010, Luke McKinney of Crack.com labeled the film the worst film ever made. I have seen.
I mean, there's sure to
parts
be worse.
of the film. It's pretty excellent.
Have you seen it?
It features Mikey Graham from Boyzone as Mikey. Yeah. The car crash towards the end of the film was not intended, but was included for dramatic effect. That's in the trivia on Wikipedia, so the more you know. But yes, yeah. Back to continuing with anime, because as we all know, Fatal Deviation is Miyazaki's greatest masterpiece. Anime was a mistake, except for Fatal Deviation. Carry on.
Fatal Deviation. Oh, gee.
Yeah.
This from 1998.
From 1998.
This poster is great.
Yep.
A classic good versus evil action flick mixed with
cakes, guns, motorcycles, and a hot babe. I think it might be on Blu-ray. If not, I'm going to make YouTube. A Blu-ray. It is on YouTube, yeah. It is on YouTube, yeah. Like there's the Bjeltnia underground fighting tournament. Yeah, that's. I told you it was anime.
So other than that, Netflix are going to be streaming the first Yokai Watch film. I
Ah,
didn't even know there were films. I knew there was a TV series.
Pokemon is dead, boys. I'm gonna catch the yokai.
I'm pretty
So
sure that's
they've
not
abandoned-
even what yokai is.
They've abandoned that, right? Level
What?
5. They've kind of abandoned Yokai Watch a little bit. I don't
Have
know.
they?
That seems like
I
what
thought
Level
there was
5
a
do.
sequel coming out.
There's a third one out in Japan. It was we got the second one like three weeks ago or something.
Did we?
Like maybe a month ago.
Video games.
it was
Yokai Watch
really-
3 2016. Yeah, I don't think anything else has been announced.
It was really optimistic for them to put the goat. I was about to say the ghost one, but they're all ghosts, aren't they? The cat one, the cat ghost one, on the Tokyo Olympic materials that they put out, because that's really optimistic that Yokai Watch will still be a thing in 2020. Because I think the sales on that third one dropped like stupid numbers.
Yeah, I think so.
So, has that taken off here at all?
Yokai Watch. I don't think so. I haven't seen anybody playing it.
I think the show is decently successful
I
here.
think so. Like Disney XD.
I thought it was on Cartoon Network.
Is
It's on Cartoon Network.
it?
Because I'm pretty sure Disney XD have Pokemon now.
No, yeah, Disney XD. So yeah, over here it's on Cartoon Network. In America, it's on Disney XD.
Okay, whatever. It's a fucking yokai, boys. You know, it's got the spinny thing and the whatever. I don't know. Pokemon's dead. Anime. What's happening there?
You wanted to talk about Indivisible, didn't you?
Oh yeah, Indivisible. That's the new game from the Lab Zero, who are the people who made Skullgirls, which was the best Western fighting game ever. Mostly because it was just a Japanese fighting game that happened to be made in the West. Like even they got Japanese people to do the music and the art, and it's just Marvel. So, whatever. Who cares? Whatever.
It's being done.
Western fighters are bad.
Is it the
but
is it the anime that's being done, or just the like opening that's being done by Trigger?
just the opening of the game that's being done by Trigger. Yeah, Indivisible is their new game, which is inspired, I believe, by Valkyrie Profile, which is a really niche thing to have as your big inspiration. Especially considering that at this point, Indivisible is probably better known than Valkyrie Profile. I know I heard of Indivisible before I heard of Valkyrie Profile. And yeah, Studio Trigger are going to do the animated intro to that, and that has a bunch of guest characters as well. So are we going to see Studio Trigger animate Shovel Knight here? But yeah, most of the stuff I've seen from Trigger has been interesting, by which I mean I watched that Black Dynamite intro like 30 times and really liked it all of those times because it's a good intro.
Trigger have done things
Kill la
like
Kill.
Kill la Kill.
I'm aware.
They
did that Space Patrol, right?
Yeah, Space Patrol Luluco. I think they did Panty and Stocking.
I just know them because every like 6 months I see someone popping up on my Twitter yelling about how Trigger has saved anime.
Yeah, that happens.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. They seem to be leaning into that weeb market a little bit, and why not? They can.
Yeah, that's their whole thing.
No, I mean Lab Zero, not Trigger.
Yeah, I was like, because Trigger is the weeb market essentially.
Yeah,
Stereotype.
because I'm pretty sure that they got a hentai artist to do the art in Skullgirls.
Huh.
Yeah, they did, which was an interesting choice, I suppose. But part of them. When you got to appeal to people, because I think to date the only place that Skullgirls has received a retail release is actually in Japan on the Vita. I could have just said on the Vita, and you would have assumed it was in Japan.
Yeah.
Because that's how that works. Is that all? Anything else? Or
don't think so.
okay. Is there any? Oh, weekly Yuri on Ice update from my Twitter feed. Those ice skaters are gay.
Oh, I think what a surprise!
They're getting married, and I think they're in Detroit at the moment.
We should watch Yuri on Ice. Jesus, we seem to talk about it like enough.
Because it's all I see on my Twitter ever.
Apparently,
the ice skaters are gay.
After getting good. Apparently,
bullshit. Bullshit.
Yeah, I don't believe it either. But I'm telling you.
I've heard people going on about how the Keijo anime is shit, and you need to read the manga instead.
And on that note, I guess.
Speaking of reading the manga, I think there's a new JoJo Leon chapter next week, so I might just reread all of that in that space. So fuck it. That's like 12 volumes. Who cares? I'll crack that out in a night.
Good night, Stephen.
For my little sailor boy.
Good night.